Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Satisfactory, episode 36. Can you believe it? We have got into 36 episodes with only one restart. Hey, good morning, everyone. Yes, we are back and we are continuing on with our Satisfactory. Oh my God, look at the beautiful sky. This game really is pretty. There's just no and if or buts, and I don't even need to use any of the fancy new photo modes. All right, so let's just get right down to business today. What is it that we are doing? We are doing an expansion. We are continuing to build up. We need to get more stuff. Yeah, there's lots to do, and so let's take a look at kind of where the next thing that I'm going to be building is. So I've recently started using the Satisfactory modeler. Whoops, let's make sure we have that up and ready to go. Where did it go? There it is. So I am, yeah. There we go. Hey, I can see it now. Can you guys see it? I can see it. We are using Satisfactory modeler. I'm going to give this a try, see how that works out, as opposed to my usual Satisfactory tools. So the next thing I want to get going is I'm going to get these remote controls going. So if we pop back into the game here quickly and come out of photo mode, so we'll hit P. Yeah, you can see that I'm going to need to get, for advanced Lumen production, remote controls. I'm going to need remote controls for a lot of stuff now. So I want to get those up and running. Sorry, I'm distracted by all my screen stuff here. So I want to get those up and running. So what I want to start doing is start building up. Now that we got aluminum, we can start supplying it in with the aluminum casings. I hate these things here, but we're going to have to get those guys up and running. Circuit boards aren't really much of an issue using our silica circuit boards, but that means I'm going to need things like silica. So I'm going to need to start bringing in a bunch of quartz. Problem is my current quartz in the old factory here is maxed out. I don't think I have even so much as 1 unit per minute to spare on that. So what I need to do is I need to bring in another source of quartz. So if we look at our map here, we actually have another source of quartz. We actually have a pretty good source of quartz. We've got this one, these three here. So we have a normal, and we have a pure. Just so happens we also happen to have a bunch of deuterium, which I'm going to need. We got 2 normals and a pure. Not only that, but wait, there's more. We also have a bunch of copper nearby in this region here. So where is that? Well, that is off in the... Whoop, let's get on the other side of the platform here. That is off in there. Oh no, I've given it away. Yes, so what I've done in the last little bit on the week here is I've done a bit of preparation, is that I've expanded the railway system to head over to that marker off in the distance there. So what I'm going to be doing today is focusing on that resource location here to get all the goodies that we're going to need. So let's just pop down here and see what it is that we're up against. Actually, you know what? While we're here, let's have a quick... There's their warehouse. Let's have a quick boo in the old warehouse here. Yeah, hey boys. Yeah, we have a new doggo in there. I'll introduce you in a moment here. What I just want to do is have a quick rundown to the end. La 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 la. This is getting a long warehouse here. Yes, we are getting our casing in. Look at that. We're getting almost full up. We are filling up quite nicely. I've got an open wall here. Cannot have that. Satisfactory ADHD style. See something, fix something, get completely distracted from the thing you were doing. All right, let's get these wall pieces in there and just kind of clean that up a little bit. Hey, that's nice. Look at that. Pretty, pretty, pretty. All right, so yeah, we are getting our aluminum in just fine. Ooh, perfect daytime. Nice cabin. Let's get running over there. La. Oh, the jetpack is so bloody slow. Yeah, I saw that. I was about to run into that. So we'll just kick into, sorry, the hover pack is so bloody slow. We'll just kick into the jetpack here for the transit. So yeah, I've got the Hypertube network set up. I'm going to have to set up a Hypertube hub pretty soon here. Yeah, just because I'm not going to be able to get a hypertube in through. Yeah, I'm putting on the hover pack again. Getting a tube through here is going to be a little bit awkward, but what I can do here is I can run it down, and I think I'm going to set up like a little bit of a hypertube central depot right about here so that I can go either that way or that way. So we'd have like a west, south, and then we'd have an east, kind of north. No, I guess that's south too. I can never really keep track of what direction is which. I always feel like I'm 90 degrees off in this game here. So yeah, that's like I keep thinking, well, that is north. Yeah, anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna have to do that at some point in time, but we'll get into that. You can see here there's the spiral section that I developed, I make that sound like it's so, you know, ooh, you developed something, ooh, that I built, so, you know, I can stack those guys there. So let's have a quick boo here and run into the hypertube, and we'll take a lovely little journey. So yeah, the track now extends out through here, so we've coming out through the backside now. We're going to travel along here. We have a little turnaround roundabout. I like to put just kind of little places for trains to turn around just in case someone makes a wrong turn or I make a wrong turn. It's nice to not have to go all the way down to the end, and you can see it's quite a little bit of a journey here. So here we are. We're coming out right in here, and I've already got myself a train station here. I just realized I'm gonna have to rework it completely. Yeah, I boo-booed here. I'm shy of one station. I need it to be a little bit more, but I've kind of squeezed it in. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change this. We're gonna need to change this. This is not gonna work quite right. But this is the location here, because what we have in this location here, if we look over, is we have our 3 quartz nodes right here. So we've got, hey buddies, we got 1 quartz node there. That is, I believe, the pure. Oh, they're so cute walking in a pair like that. Yeah, I'm not taking them home with me. So we have our pure node here, just because you have to walk them back. I ain't walking all the way back. We've got our normal node here, and then we have our next normal node. Come on, fly. Where is it? Normal node, it is right there. So we have our 3 quartz nodes right here. I'm not going to refine anything here. Well, you know, it's a little bit of a tight spacing. Except as we kind of go off in that direction. Can the weather clear up, please? Yeah, so there's not a lot of super room here because of the big massive trees here. So I'm thinking I'm just going to start doing gathering, which means I'm only going to probably tap 1 at the beginning. This is more of a future-proofing thing. The location we are kind of near towards where the waterfall is. So the big waterfall is just... Let's see if I can do this without falling to my doom. You can see there's our waterfalls. So we have the waterfalls overlooking the swamp area down there. Haven't really been down there too much, except to get into a cave entrance that is just below us. So just down there is a cave entrance, and inside that cave is the 3 cateriums. Also inside that cave, just for a happy note, is a giant freaking gas spider, which I've already killed at least once, if not twice, and he's killed me twice, if not 3. So, you know, the battle on goes until I can get some power buildings down there. Yeah, I hate the damn spiders, man. So yeah, we have a spider down there. So what I'm planning to do to get down there is I'm just going to drop an elevator shaft, probably from one of these edges here, that takes me down, because one of the nice things about the elevator shaft, it also allows you to transmit power from along its kind of length there. So I can tap the power in up here, get the power line going down there. We'll run just some straight conveyors into the cave. They don't go too deep. They're only like right about here. So if we do a quick map check, you can see there they are. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. So it's just right in through that cave entrance there. So about the same distance as the quartz is from that train station. The reason I would need to rebuild the train station is because I also want to start bringing the copper over. There's not a lot of great copper locations. I mean, there's an occasional copper node here. So we got, like, there's an iron node, there's an iron node, there's an iron node, there's an iron node. Copper is harder to come by than you'd think. There's some copper out here. We got a copper node, right? I guess I could have actually just gone off to that one, but it's only a normal. And I want to make sure I have enough copper kind of reaching into the future. And I just saw these three, and I saw these Cateriums. I don't think these Cateriums were here all along. I think this is one of the new kind of piles. See, look at that. There's iron right here, too. Yeah, see, look at all the iron and stuff we got here. I could almost tap into the iron. There's a SAM node here. This could be actually, yeah, I think I'm going to definitely have to rebuild where this station goes. And I think instead of it being over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it to over here. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Look at that. The two iron nodes are right there. Perfect. Also got a drop pod right there. Yeah. Okay. So that's what our plan is for the day. Is relocating this. We're going to be bringing the copper in. I'm not sure how, and we'll see how far we get. But that's going to be kind of the major. The three-step project we're going to try to shoot for today. So we have three kind of reasonable goals for today. Two relatively simple, which is especially, you know, considering the course is right here. I'm just going to run conveyors to wherever I end up putting in the main station here. By the way, this line here will extend down into the swamp. That is where I kind of intended for it. So what I'll do is we'll probably have a spiral that'll drop down so that we can access anything down there if we want to access down there. One of the things that are down here is bauxite. So if I need to add access to bauxite, there's really not a lot else down here. It is a pretty crappy area to build. Good water supply-ish. Especially if we go off to the ocean, which is just right over there. I don't know, maybe I'll put my nuclear plant in there, because one of the things that is hiding in behind the waterfall is a uranium node. You can actually, it's kind of advertising itself right there. So there is a uranium node underneath the waterfalls there. So I think I might end up doing this as the nuclear area, because again, access to lots of water, big open space. But yeah, so that's kind of where this track is going to go. For the meantime, though, we're just going to worry about having a station here. And yeah, I definitely think I'm going to be moving this station, because I just don't have enough room. Honestly, I never even looked when I was working on setting this stuff up. I didn't even look in this direction to realize, hey, look, it's all easy over there, which is kind of silly of me. Anyway, okay, so yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So if I'm going to have to move that over there, we are going to need to get some platforming coming in here. So we're going to first start off by extending this out. I'm going to change it from being the asphalt. Let's take it to 2-meter concrete, and we'll just zoop it over. Of course, we'll deforest as we go along. I'm just for flying purposes going to grab a temporary power line, just so I can maintain some elevation here. All right, we'll get that over to there. I'm not sure how much I'm going to need, but we'll reach that away. We'll throw that over there. And we'll keep building out, so we'll get ourselves something to work with here. Okay, then I'm going to come back here, 1, 2, and there's going to be a track running there. There's going to be some track running there. And now I'm going to remove these. Yeah, we're going to remove these temporarily, because I am going to put these ones as the 1-meter asphalts. Because, you know, to keep it a little signifying that, this is where the tracks go. This is more support structural walking path. Let's grab some track here. And I gotta say, I'm getting used to it still a little bit, but I'm loving the fact that how they've got tracks set up now. It is so much easier to work with them. You can actually aim them at both ends, which is something that is freaking awesome. Not only that, but you can snap a track in the middle of another section of track. That is probably one of the best improvements that they've done to this game, is just the ability to do this. Yeah, man. Some of the new things that they've done just is the cast me out. Okay, so I'm just going to drop this in here so I know where the center point is on the track. This is a 6 by 6 circle. The reason I want to go 6 by 6 is because that allows me to have separate locations. I can have 4 tracks. There is one way you can get away with it, but I feel it's twitchy. It's something that I haven't ever gotten the habit of doing, so I'm going to avoid doing that. But what I am going to do here is I'm going to stretch a track over to there, so you can see I can just kind of snap it into there. I'm just coming off the halfway point just a little bit. So you can see here, I might actually have to move this one here. Yeah, I am. Okay, so let's look at how easy it is to work on track now. So I have to take out this whole curve. That used to be a horrendous thing. Oh no, it snapped in the wrong place. Mouse wheel. Look at that. Beautiful, perfect curve right back to where it used to be. I can now see where the center line is there, so I can come just off that center line and stretch my track over and snap it into place, which means I can come onto this side here nice and close and snap it into place. And again, I keep hitting the wrong damn button. There we go. So right away, you can see how much easier that is. So we got a pass signal already set up. We're going to need to bring in a block signal. Not going to worry about that. I'm going to probably end up removing this hypertube here, so I'm going to leave that switch there. I think I'll just throw the block signal in right there. And we'll put another block signal in right there. Now that didn't isolate that little bit of track, but that's only because it needs to carry on going through. All right, so there we go. We can see how that roundabout is working. I do like using the roundabouts. All right, let's get over here. We're going to need to do a little bit of deforestation here, so we'll clear these guys out. Okay. Oh, I did get it. Awesome. Okay, I'm also going to do a little bit of a... You didn't see this, guys. There we go. Back to the nasty enemies. Yeah, okay, after dying the 3rd time, yeah, I did put him onto... Oop, no, I don't want to do that. I did put him onto, you know, please don't eat my face mode, just so I could get stuff done. I didn't take advantage of it and harvest the organs and stuff like that much, but I did just to kind of look at, see what's going on down there. I haven't built down there. I'm going to have to still deal with them down there. They're going to have respawn, so it's not like I'm cheating. I mean, it's part of the game mechanic, but I feel like it is a little bit for the stream here. No, you're going to have to deal with them, dude. That's the way I look at it. All right, I'm just going to keep clearing out some of the brush here. Excellent. Could have sworn, yeah, see, they have removed things around here quite a bit, actually. Now that I'm kind of hovering over here, these used to be the courts over here. Kind of looking at this space here and that giant rock right there. Yeah, and you know that actually is in its own old location here. Yeah, these quartz that I'm tapping into right now used to be one there. I think one was right there. There was another one there, and there was 2 more over by this big ass tree up there. They weren't great ones. They were only like normals and stuff, but it was a good, you know, place to get quartz and whatnot. So that, yeah, just every once in a while I keep finding areas where it looks like they've moved. What is splashing up like that? Oh, it's this little bugger. Hello, you. Are you trying to get my attention, little fella? Okay. Ow. Maybe we won't do stick and like, yeah. Ow. Here, have this. Come there, back. See? Now are you happy you got my attention? Do you feel better about yourself? What was all that splashing? Okay, enough yammering. Let's figure out how we want to get our tracks. So our trains are coming in through this way here. I also want to make sure that the train is, if it's here erroneously, that it doesn't want to go through the station. So I kind of like to make sure, like I did over there, that the train has an escape route. How do I want to do this? I think what I'll do is I'll bring the track that yeah, okay. So that tells me I want to bring this over here. So we're going to build this out. So I can grab the track here, bring it into a lovely, lovely curve. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. Just like that. We'll bring in another. Do I want to do that way? No, not yet. What I think instead I'm going to do here, so we're going to move that to there. We're going to bring this guy over kind of to where the nearest I can be, which is probably right there to avoid the rock. That's as what I mean here. So we can come around the corner. Nope. Can I get around the corner? I might have to drop it back by 1 here. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see there, it's clipping through the rock. We do not want rock clipping to occur. So we'll come back. Oh, let's say we turn off our flashlight so I can actually see the marks. Yeah, flashlight that is both too bright and not bright enough. All right, and then we'll come around to here. Do I want to keep it? Yeah, I want to keep it nice and tight. So we'll go to there. Again, what I'm trying to do is just give myself a escape route for my choo-choos. That's not going to make the turn there. I want to keep it nice and relatively tight. Let's see. Where can I bring you to? Let's extend this out to, let's say, right there, and then we can kind of meet in the middle here. Okay, so I'm gonna, for an absolute tight corner, let's work it this way here. Yeah, I'm probably overthinking most of this here, but that can go to there. Take that section out, and then we can join you guys up. All right, so then we have that. And then, can I do that? How does that look? What if I go like this, and then we go like that? That's too tight. What if we go like that and flip it around? That is too tight. Okay, so I can get to here comfortably. Can I get to there? So the tightest corner that this guy can make is to right. Well, he can kind of come around this way here. Will you connect? Yay, there we go. Okay, so there we go. That's our kind of escape route. So if someone, you know, oops, I made a wrong turn, they can immediately leave that way and off they go. It's not like automatic trains will do that. But it's just kind of the way the pathing works, is just kind of always make sure that your train has a simpler pathing. Otherwise, they're going to go to the station. So either you have to always backfeed into the station, or putting that where the switch is, or have a kind of a shorter route. Just because, you know, even if you had multiple stations here, something could happen. In fact, I actually have the room here Do I want to run multiple stations? I'm almost thinking I do. Yeah, I'm going to need Deuterium. So again, if we look at our Satisfactory modeler here, I'm pretty sure some of my recipe... No, let's not look at the modeler. So I'm going to need Deuterium. I'm going to need quick wired stuff coming up in the future. A lot of the alternate recipes like Deuterium computer are going to need that. So I do want access to the Deuterium. But I'm never going to need a huge amount. It's kind of the same way. I might almost leave that station there. I'm not sure what I want to do here. Do I want to leave that station there? Because, I mean, I could just turn that into the actual spur line that runs over to there and then can go down for the nuke and just ignore that. Or... Yes, you have all the space in the world here. I am going to have to run the copper a little bit further. But is that a big deal? I'm going to have to run the quartz a little bit further. Is that a big deal? You know, I thought I had all this planned out until I realized I was one station short. And all of that just went out the window. Yay me. Sorry, just had a quick look at something else on one of the other screens there. That rock really is a pain in the ass. So to get around the rock here, can you smell what the rock is cooking? Like, talk about mixing your metaphor. Like, Dwayne, rocks don't cook. They may be used in cooking as, you know, a heat source, but they don't actually cook, buddy. So, you know, there's that. Where do you want to meet? Where do you want to end up? You want to end up right there. Okay. No, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I do that a lot. Didn't mean to do that. I'm just trying to see where that goes so I can right click there. Then we can go to there. And can I aim you? Yes, I can. Oh, I love the fact that I can rotate this now. Boom. Easy peasy. Okay. So I got my in track coming in this way. Got my out track going in this way. How many stations do I want to set up? So I'm going to do... I am going to use that as my quartz and Deuterium. Or maybe quartz and copper? Am I ever going to need more? No, maybe I'll just use that for copper, because I'm going to use a lot more copper than I'm going to use. I don't know now, man. Because the quartz is like right there. I mean, I built it specifically for the quartz. I did. Problem is the copper is way in, you know, I mean, it's close, but it is still, what? Few hundred, 500, 800? Yeah, 516 meters away, so it is half a K away. Who's down there? Ow! Who was that? Who did that? Who did that? Sure, turn the hostility back on and they want to kill you all of a sudden. Alright, who did that? Where is he? Hello? It felt very rock spinning. Where'd that rock spitting hog get to? No idea. Huh. He vanished. He completely disappeared. Did you fall down a hole? I hope you fell down the hole. That'll serve you. What is down this hole? Yeah, see, this is already heading right down. Ah! Hello. Remember what I said about giant freaking gas spiders? Well, there's one of them. Oh, you're gonna hang on to the side of the wall here. How about? Oh, there we go. Oh, found my hoggies. Oh boy, suddenly got real busy in the old neighborhood here. Those guys were easy. You're still hanging out down there, aren't you? You just stay there. Hang out there for a little bit. Yeah. Can you hold on to these for me for a little bit? Did you get those? Yeah, thanks, bud. Appreciate it. Still wasn't a rock spitter, though. Seems like overkill on this guy. We'll just do... Oh, not homing bullets. Not good. Not good. Where's my homing bullets? I'd rather use my homing bullets. And there we go. Okay, well, thanks for the distraction, guys. Yes, I could just go right down there for the Caterium too, can't I? Where is that cave entrance? It's either right here or it's over there. Oh, man. Okay, those iron nodes are kind of messing me up, and I'm gonna tap those. I mean, why wouldn't I? So one of my kind of plans is for the next big factory area is to either head over here into the dune desert or the western desert here, because you know there's like iron nodes scattered all over the place, or I could head into the dune desert over here for some, you know, kind of more bigger factories and stuff. Yeah, see, again, I don't really have a plan at this point. As you can tell, we're kind of moving, we're starting something new, a new segment. And this is kind of always the way it goes, is just trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do. Jeez Louise. What do I want to do here? I mean, I'm going to have to make a decision at some point in time, aren't I? Well, you know what is definitely going to have to happen, irregardless. No, I didn't say that word. Regardless of what I decide to do, there's no such word as irregardless, folks. Just get that out of your head. Regardless of what my decision is, I am going to still need to have an elevator dropping down. So let's look at dropping down an elevator. I'm going to again throw just a temporary power line down, because I want to be able to fly to avoid things. These are again very, very temporary, so I'm not, if they go through things, they go through things. But I need to just be able to move down to here. Yeah, that's the cave entrance right there. Not nerve-wracking at all. Flashlight. Yeah, see there, right away you can see there's a Caterium node, there's a Caterium node, and there is the other Caterium node. There is no other, there is another way. This is actually a really amazing cave. Like, it's freaking huge. If it wasn't for these Caterium nodes here, I never would have known this cave existed. It's yeah, it's a big ass cave. I haven't really explored it more than just to where to find out where the Caterium is, so I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of slugs I can still gather in here. Not gonna, but I could if I wanted to. Okay, so there's the Caterium. So that's going to come out through... I already got myself turned around. Where am I? Where... Oh. Anything interesting over here? No. Hey, look, power line. Okay, so there's the out. Okay, so... Oh, you look nasty. What do you need over there? I don't... No, not squirreling, not squirreling. All right, so the elevator shaft can run one access to it. So what's a convenient way? I'd really like to kind of actually, yeah, have it over here. So if I come out by one of these, let's do it two. No, because then the track is going to get in the way. I'd pretty much have to drop it for. Can I clear? Well, you know what? Let's just grab an elevator shaft. There we go. Personal elevator. I'm gonna try and get you to snap on the outside. Okay, gonna have to move the beam here. Sorry, Mr. Beam. And move that beam there. We'll put up some OSHA compliant safety gates. There we go. And where's the door? There's the door. And let's nudge you upward. Make sure you're lined up nicely. What happens if I go one more? Is that... No, that is definitely too high. Come down by one. Why do you feel like you're too high? How about if I control up by one? Yep, there we go. That's the bottom of the door. Now the question is can that miss the entirety? And it almost... Free fall! I don't like the sound of that. Where's that coming from? Sounds like a radiation hog somewhere. Yeah, so then we can come down. Oh, hello, you. That was close. Yeah, so we can come all the way down to here. I'm gonna play chicken with this guy. Ow. Please finish building. Thank you, so I can hide behind you. Okay, let's get some, These guys are persistent, and there's so many more of them now. Ooh. Ooh. Exchange of fire there. Come here. Come here. Boom. Let's just get one of those into you. Maybe I'll get some elevation here. Oh, that worked well. He's gonna shoot. Eesh. Okay, you know what? Let's try this. I need a faster firing time. Yeah, there we go. That's a good hit. That's a good hit. Just stay right there. He's, yep. He's behind the pole. The pole's protecting me. I think it might, is it not? It's not protecting him. And dead. Ha ha ha! We win! We win! Eat it, bastard! All right, so yeah. Is that a good height there? I kind of did that almost out of panic. So let me see if I can get a foundation under here now. Back to, you know, the construction thing. Yeah, actually, that works good. That works well. That worked gooder. Yeah, that works well. So there we go. We can get some. Why won't you? Because there's ores all over the place here. start mining some ore. Let's get rid of this little bit. Anyone else? I think that was the gas spider that tried to eat my face the other day that we already killed. And if it was, I am quite happy about that. Because once we get actual buildings and power down here, they will stop spawning. And them not spawning makes me happy. All right, let's get rid of this node. There we go. Get some foundations down here. And I should probably throw an explosive or two around. Really? More? I don't want the freaking ore, man. You know what I think of? Wrong button. You know what I think of the ore that you're making me pick up? I think that I don't know where it is. Yeah, so I have done some killings. I need to get that deposited. I do have those. I did purchase them. I'm going to admit that. I needed them for some other things. There it is. I don't want that Caterium ore, so I'm just going to do that. And the other one is right there, which is just put some stairs. Oh my god, there's another one of these. There's also a slug over there. You can see the rather exposed blue trail, and that is as far as my power goes. Please don't be a spider. 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 No spider. Yay! And fly! Fly, be free! Alright, so we're gonna come over here. We're gonna grab ourselves a staircase. Those staircases are in this, so there we go. There's a staircase that goes up to there. Let's do it a little differently. Let's actually put that there. And I gotta... No, wrong button. Thank you. Why don't you let me... Okay, you know what? Okay. You're gonna be that way about it? That's fine. Oh, man. Stay on this side. We'll just build some temporary foundations in first. That should be the right height. So that I can take now the 4 meter and cover you over. The reason I do the foundations over the nodes is because it just makes lining up the unlineable drills just a little closer to being lined up. They never will be lined up, but you can get them closer so you can get the angles. It just gives you a little bit of angle snapping and stuff like that. So I also like to cover them, and it just looks neater. Also gives a good foundation for a hut if you want to put it on top of. Okay, so that's gonna go to there. Then we can grab these guys here. They've served their purpose. Good job, you boys. And to there. Now we can grab some stairs. You and you. And we'll just drop you down there. So we now have a lovely little staircase and a place for the goodies to go that way. Okay, so that is needing to extend to there. And up we go. We can now probably get rid of this. I'm going to fall if I do that. I just realized I didn't fall. And here we go. Yep. And power can come right to here. So we're going to grab off of here. We'll actually go into our blueprints here, grab our single light stand. Hit the old H and start nudging him. I love the fact that we can nudge up now. And yeah. Wire cable there to there. So we have power there, and then we can go from there to there, and now we have power. And I should be able to call an elevator. You are powered, right? You have power. Yes, you have power. Oof. Oh, there it is. Wow, that took a minute and a half, didn't it? Okay, so if we go down, no, that's 0. So if we go down.
Thank you for participating in the Fix-It Elevation program. I am Elevata, which is like Ada, but less advanced. We are not currently taking any feedback.
I'm going to have to redo this. This elevator shaft is faulty. Yeah, I haven't built, still getting used to working with these guys here. Good thing I didn't fully get rid of all my power lines. Okay, so let's free fall and fly. Let's try that again. So I'll work from the bottom up this time. So we're gonna go right from here. Yes. You want to sit there? And we go up like that. We come all the way up to the top here. Like that. And did you put the roof into the proper place this time? Yes, it did. Okay, yeah, that's better. Okay, so now when I call the elevator, well, of course it has no power. So let's try this again. Now we can call the elevator one more time. Let's put our gun away. Hey, there you are. Watch that first step here, guys. What's with the step? Anyway, that's non-step. Let's take our lovely ride down in our elevator, enjoying the view of the gross ass swamp. I think that needs like a superposition oscillator or something stupid like that. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so then we're gonna run a shaft up there, which will have the lift to bring the Caterium upstairs. Okay, so that's kind of got stuff almost in place. We can get rid of this here now and put in a better one. I think I'm going to use a light stand to illuminate the way. We'll put in one of you guys right here. Yep, right there. And then we can connect to you. And there we go. All right, so we got light down here. We got power ready to rock and roll. Not you. And not you. Lovely. Wow, I don't even think I'm... Why do you feel like you're just a bit too high? Like, that's just kind of weird, man. I'm gonna try this again. Of course, now that I've cut power, I'm stuck down here, aren't I? What would happen if I take you out? Rotate you. Yeah, I mean, you do want to snap onto the top of. Can I fly? No. Shoot. I did that too soon. I cut the power too soon. Jetpack on, jetpack on. Okay. If I hold down control, what do I get? I get a big jump. What if I hold left control? Yeah, so that's definitely the right height there. So we're going to put that there. We're going to start trying to get up, back up top. Pump the gas, pump the gas. Let's take a, oops, nope, yeah, take a little break there. Can take a little break there. We'll let the jetpack recharge itself. We'll keep moving up. I am committed to using the jetpack now because I can't change it. So we're just gonna keep pushing ourselves up. Go away, nasty critter. Yeah, still got lots of fuel. As long as I don't get all stuck underneath. And just like that. Okay, does that change that step? Because that was gonna annoy the hell out of me. Let's call the elevator up. Do a little bit of cleanup here. Just get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. I'm not going to need them because I'm just going to go over to a station over there. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. And I'm going to cut your power because I do not need to be launched that way. All right. No, it's still got that weird step right there. Okay, I guess that is just the way it is. Okay, so we can go back downstairs, reconnect the power, and be done with it. And again, enjoy the lovely ride down. And we go into photo mode. We can even kind of take a more cinematic view. All right, photo mode off. And reconnect power. Okay, so that's going to allow me access to the Caterium. That is really kind of going to annoy me. I guess I just don't come here that often anymore. That's the solution for it. Hey, Mr. Slug and all you farty rocks. And there we go. Okay. Huh. And the music's not playing by default. I didn't have to turn it off. That's nice. The reason I just don't delete all of this right out of the gate is kind of how I'm cheating the power up there. Is that... Well, I guess I could put a new... Yeah, I guess I could just move... Yeah, anyway. It's the power runs through the foundations. These points are connected underneath. So I don't want to just pull that out because as long as I can see that connection, I should be okay. I still haven't answered my question of, do I want to leave the quartz over here and the Caterium over here? Or how do I want to ship things out? Because again, I don't think I'm going to need that much quartz. I could just make this a quartz copper combined. Possibilities this is, yes. Because the copper again is just right, it's right freaking there. It's gonna be a bit of a long conveyor run. I am gonna use a conveyor run. I kind of tossed around the idea in my old brain pan of using tractors or trucks to move it over. Problem is there's not really any convenient fuel for those, like at all. Yeah, so it's a straight run through there. I mean, coal's over there, but you know, that's a big distance. I don't really want to run a track or a truck. Yeah, so I am just going to use conveyors to cover. It's going to be a long conveyor, but you know, we'll set up a lovely little causeway or something like that. In fact, in my blueprints, do I have a causeway? No. So I will need to build some sort of nice little enclosed belt transport system. So we'll use the quartz and the... Yeah, so quartz and copper will go to here. And Caterium and iron will come over to here. And I think I'm going to do 2 stations, one for the iron, because potentially I'm going to might need to expand the iron, and then one for the Caterium. Okay, so that's kind of the tightest curve into a station I can get away with here. Let's get this set up here. So transport, where's my train station? There it is. Yeah, I have to put a train station in here first. I realize that this is the end of the line, but you cannot put down freight platforms. You cannot put down literally anything else. Empty platforms, nothing else until you have a train station in. And I could just use 2 foundation long track segments. This is just a lot more visceral. So that's 1, that's 2 freight platforms. I don't think I'd ever need more than 2 freight platforms for anything iron related. Hit H, and then I can get away with the hanging train, and then we can replace these 2 guys here. Now the question is I think I'm going to keep you as a Caterium, so I'm just going to put in, where's the elevator coming up? It's coming up there, so the belt's going to run along here, so we're going to go boop boop. We'll load you here, and the track does miss, so that's okay. I'm going to put in with catwalk right there. I just noticed, can I make this corner here? How tight can I make that corner? Ooh, that might be problematic. I might need to shift things along, but that's okay. That's why we get all our stuff back when we delete it. If I didn't get my stuff back when I deleted it, that would be a whole different playing style, that's for sure. I do a lot of this kind of experimentation, just throw shit down, see what happens. So the question is can I make this escape corner? And I think I should be able to. Oh yeah, no problem. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Yeah, and then the station next to it can easily connect in right there. Perfect. Okay, so let's get rid of some of the branches and trees and things. And good supply of mycelia. I don't know how I'm doing on mycelia, so I'm actually going to grab some of this stuff. Let's hide it out. I need the chainsaw to cut this down. Hey, look at that. I actually have the chainsaw still on me. Oh, no. Nope. Let's, what did I just dump? Okay, nope, that worked. Okay, so we'll grab that. We'll grab these guys. See how much it vacuums up. Just because I think I am getting low on mycelia back at the base for my medical inhalers, and it's nice to have, medical inhalers. So we'll grab some of this mycelia. I can always throw stuff, leaves and whatnot. I've got 1 container full of biofuel for the old jetpack here, but, never hurts to have a little bit more, and you can go. So I'm going to grab a little bit of the material here, and there we go. That's good enough. All right, let's lose the chainsaw here. Don't go into that menu. I want to go into that menu, and I want to put you right there. And then we can pocket that. Okay, excellent. I mean, I'd say excellent, but yeah, see, this is actually nice and close to these iron nodes here. And then we go that away. And we're going to get some more station action happening here. I don't think I'm ever going to need more than 2 stations worth of iron at one time. I mean, I say that, and it sounds like famous last words. But I think I should be okay. All right, let's grab a station so I can put you into position like so. And we'll get you all lined up on the center of the foundation like that. You are facing the wrong way, my good fellow. There we go. And nudge back by one. I love nudging now. Nudging so good. Because you don't have to worry about being within 7, because you can only nudge a maximum of 7. No, now you can nudge to your heart's content. All right, freight platform. So, whoops. I need to go one more station forward. There we go. Yes, yes. All right. Freight platform. Freight platform. Bring our track off here. And connect up. There we go. So a lovely little train interchange, exchange, whatever you want to call it. I have trains. So we got trains going that way. We got trains going that way. Let's get this sucker signaled. So we're gonna need a block signal right there. Gonna need a block signal right there. Gonna use a path signal there. Gonna put a block signal in, I guess right here. Okay, where else do I need to separate you to? Right there. And right here. And I guess I'm going to need another one right there. Okay, so what's troubling you? Oh, you need to be blocked off from the station here. There you go. Did that clear you up? Yeah, see, that cleared him up. All right, so everyone's got their proper signaling. Do I need all of these signals? Can I trim any down? I need a signal there. I need to separate. Need to separate here. Yeah, so I've already got a signal there. I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put this one right up into the station, so it won't leave the station unless this section is clear. I'm gonna put, come on, flip to the other side, please. And we go to the other side. And you go to the other side. Why are you wanting to sit here? Come on, flip to the other side. Dude. Why? Come on. All right, fine. We'll just put that there. So yeah, the train, if there's something here, if I put another station, I don't know why I would put another station out there, but so that's one block. That is a block, and this is this fine being as a full block. Yeah, if there's someone running in here and someone's coming this way, I don't really, you guys can all wait back there. You're gonna go this way. Again, we're gonna check in there. We're gonna have a pass signal. Which way you going? Which way you going? You're going that way. You're going that way. I should probably change you into a path signal, so you know which way you're going. And like, why? This is a weird new glitch. Yeah, so it gets stuck in its texturing, and I don't know why. There we go. Yeah, so you're not super happy with that, are you? I'm just trying something to see if, you know, giving it these pass signals here. Yeah, no, that just messes everything up. No, they have to be block signals. Build clean, build clean. You very annoying. All right, let's get this guy back. And I'm just gonna put the block signal right at the front of the station here. Can we go to the correct side, please? Thank you. Build clean. There we go. All right, see that one built, and then this one is. This is getting to be really kind of irritating. Bug fix. There we go. Yeah, so that's the way it likes. If I do have to put another station there, I will put a path here. The reason I have the path is so that if a train... Yeah, it actually doesn't need to be a path. I could probably get away with a block signal here. I could probably get away with no signal here, to be honest. Yeah, because I'm only going to have... So if a train comes in here, and there's a train pulling into the station, the next train will just wait here, which is fine. I can do that before it proceeds on down to its own station. I don't think I actually do it. Okay, well, if I put a block signal there, it just lets it get around. Okay, so what it does is it allows a train to, oops, I made a wrong turn, to make an escape. I don't know if I need that. There is no signal over here. And there definitely, I think, needs to be a path signal here. Please finish building. Yes, it did. Okay, so path signal. If I get rid of this block signal, that's going to mess up somebody. No, it didn't. Okay. So yeah, the color, of course, tells you who's in what section, and what section is fine. So if we go through there, you can go through there, we can go through there. Okay, that's all good. All right, an hour into the stream, and we finally got our stations worked out. So we can finally start tapping into some of these resources here. If I'm not, I've had the station flipped if I was coming down to the other side for the Caterium, but now that I have the Caterium going in over there, this will be fine. So this will be our, what area is this? This is the, what is this area called? I don't remember what the names of the areas are called, but they do have specific areas. So let me just pop into a quick Google search here. Satisfactory map regions. There we go. Official world map. Visit. I'm into the wiki. Yeah, don't no. I'm using an ad blocker. Yes, thank you. You can just leave me alone about it. All right. What is this? This is the Titan Forest. Okay, so that's the area I'm in. I'm in the Titan Forest. That makes sense. Big ass trees. Okay, so let's get some names here. So this is the Titan FRST for forest. This is quartz, copper, depot. Yeah, okay, that's good. So that's the name of the train station. Again, we're going to just grab some quartz. We're going to need to get some foundations down. This one should be pretty straightforward and easy. We just need some wall space. Let's get the concrete wall. I don't know. I should just change the, yeah, I'm just going to change the menu there on 7. Just because I prefer the concrete walls. There we go. Concrete wall. So we'll drop a concrete wall into there. We'll kind of just fill this in a little bit. And this becomes kind of the structural support underneath. And I'll think, yeah, so we'll bring the product in through that sidewall. Oop, I need to fill. Speaking of hanging stations, let's make sure that we are not hanging anymore. So we'll fill you out a little bit. Uncle Phil. Totally the wrong accent for Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil is a Fresh Prince thing. Not sure why I went all Southern. I'm just kind of thinking like the architecture, the engineering a little bit. How would this? Yeah, I'm not a. Yeah, you wouldn't know it from looking at most of where I've built so far, but I'm not a big fan of hanging factories. I like them to feel supported. And yet most of my stuff isn't. That's because they're incomplete, and every time I drive by one of those, like at home base, I know it. I feel it viscerally. Who is trying to kill me? Who wants to kill me? Ow. The Foundation, apparently. Who wants to kill me? Who is it? Well, there's a Mercer sphere down there. Why do I feel like I'm tempting fate? I feel very much like I'm tempting fate here. What freaking cave? Oh, this is a path down. Okay. Hi. Can I have this? I'm not getting paranoid, really. Okay. And no one trying to eat my face? Or push my face into the back of my head? Okay. And we're all good? Everyone's good? We're all chill? I'll just gather up the little slug here. We'll just take that out of your guys' way. Okay, well, you know, we're all cool here, man. We're all cool. Yeah, we'll do this, and then we'll just cantilever this guy up. I'm still waiting for something to jump at me, something to try to eat me, something to shoot something at me. I am not feeling secure at all. Okay. So, walls. 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 Oh, you only go up by 2. There he is again. Who is it? Ah, found him. I think I just blew myself up. Ow! Come back here. You started this fight. You finish it. You started it, you finish it. You don't get to run away. No. You don't get to run away. Yeah, you just stick your nose into that frickin'. You don't get to run away here, buddy. Did you drop already? You know, I didn't start the fight. You did. Just remember that. Remember when the SPCA comes around, you tell them that too. Well, did you? Yeah, maybe. Okay. Anyway, moving on. Let's get some wall segments in here. Yeah. You ever sometimes just get the feeling your brain really isn't quite as secure as you thought it was in the old brain pan? No? Okay. Just me? Fill in the holes. Fill in the holes. Why does the wall look so weird and awkward here? I don't understand. It should be nice and clean. It's all the same. You little sons of guns, I know what I'm gonna do different. I'm going to move and going to nudge. I'm going to make the wall go further down before I stretch it up. That's what I'm going to do. Gonna nudge you down and straight across you go. That works so much better for me here. That is clean. No half walls. Yay. We are actually... Okay, I've run out of... I don't know what the hell. Where is the angled wall pieces? There they are. So we're going to put one of those there. We're going to put one of those there. We're going to put one of those there. And there we go. That is a little bit better. And then we can get some pillars underneath here. Get some nice big ass pillars. One of these days I'll actually find a use for the metal pillars. I don't know why I keep always using the concrete pillars, because I just like concrete pillars. Healer. Bueller. And Bueller. There we go. All right. Distraction of setting up walls complete. And frame rate taking massive hit. Oh, this silly, silly ass little bug. All right, let's save the game. Let's try that again. Let's save the game. Yeah, so it's 20 episodes into the new build. So what was that, episode 36 for today? So that was 16 episodes into the previous. So we've actually passed what the previous locale was doing, which is nice. Okay, let's go into our main menu. And let's continue the game. And hopefully that gives me my frames back. I'm going to have to do one of these days, some looking into that. I'm almost wondering if my recording or streaming software is having an effect on it, because it doesn't really happen that often when I'm just doing, on my own kind of admin stuff. All right. So, yeah, that's going to go that way. I actually should have built this wall out a little bit further. So we're going to remove the wall. And that bastard spawned back in, didn't he? So we're going to have to kill him again. No, sorry. We're going to have to address him again. Let's not use those words. And let's do the zoop. We're into the zoop. And now we can grab you. And we zoop. What the hell did you just line yourself up to? Strange. People are strange, 'cause when you're a stranger, people look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are empty, but and when you're strange, no one remembers your name. When you're strange, when you're strange. Lost Boys, really amazing soundtrack. Good movie too. Very 80s. Young Kiefer Sutherland. The fella who plays Ted, or Bill, I should say. Keanu, of course, played Ted, Theodore. He's in it. They're young vampires. Amazing freaking music. Like, one of my favorite soundtracks, honestly, is The Lost Boys. But very much a movie of the 80s, especially the hairstyles. Okay. And that, of course, was a remix of The Doors that they had on that movie. But, you know, it was like U2 and, you know, it was all the biggest bands, or biggest groups of the time. Yeah, so Lost Boys, highly, highly recommended if you're into kind of... And honestly, the whole movie feels like a payoff for the end line, for the last line, too, of it. I just love, yeah. I'm sorry, but so far, as I'm concerned, the 80s was the best time for motion pictures. Holy jeez. I think I found a colony. Hi, guys. So 4 over there, 5 over here. There's 9 doggos here. I found a whole colony. Sorry, boys. Didn't mean to startle you. Wow. That's a lot. Yeah, so anyway, 80s, best decade for movies. Wrath of Khan, Indiana Jones, all of them. The Friday the 13th movies, if you're into horrors and stuff, like all the horrors that took forever. Predator, the rise of Arnie, with all his action movies. Like, yeah, I don't think there has been, and it wasn't the same recycled crap over and over and over that we have now. Every freaking movie we have now just is either a remake, a retelling, a reboot, a sequel, something. Like, there's just the Hollywood producers, and curse them to the ends of the freaking earth. Every piece of crap that comes out of any movie studio is entirely on the responsibility of the freaking producers, who actually don't know what the hell they're doing. You know, they're busily replacing all the actual talent with AI, when literally they should be replaced by AI and we get better decisions. But, you know, be that as it may, there just seemed to be a lot more creativity. You know, it was the birth of the blockbuster. We didn't have, well, okay, technically the birth of the blockbuster was the late 70s. So that would have been Jaws was the first one. Good old Steven Spielberg. You're going to see a lot of patterns repeating here. So Steven Spielberg had the first kind of real quote-unquote blockbuster with Jaws, which is why we ended up with Jaws 2, Jaws 3, which were not directed by Steven Spielberg, and they were not nearly as good. It's where we then also, Star Wars was kind of the big blockbuster, and I think Star Wars actually might have been first. But Jaws, what the hell? Did you guys just see that? Hi guys, did you see it? Did you see that tree fall down like that? That is the first time I've ever seen. I feel like I gotta capture all of you dudes and just build a zoo down here. I don't have any berries. Huh. That was weird. Yeah, so Star Wars just made the big movie, big money. Then we had Jaws, and then, you know, Empire in 1980, Empire Strikes Back, and then we had the Indiana Jones in, 81, 82. You know, Predator, all the Arnie movies, so the big summer blockbuster action movies. Stallone started getting him. I didn't like the Stallone action movies as much as the Arnie one. Don't know why, but, you know, Stallone, great. He was a great actor in Rocky. Good, you know, Rocky was his. He acted in it. He wrote it. He did not direct it because, you know, he was too young to do that, I believe. But, you know, it was his story to tell. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah. You know, it's where a lot of the big stars, you know, Kevin Costner got his start in the 80s, and yeah, it was a great Oh, hello. Sorry. Don't mind me. Just, I'm passing through. There you go. Don't freak out on me. Cool. Okay, so well, let's get some quartz mines down. Hi. I really feel like I need to gather these guys up. Okay, thank you. Don't want to freak you out, man, by dropping a mine right in front of your face. Okay, so now I need a little workshop area. That might be a good workshop area. Probably right here. So let's set ourselves up a little bit of a workshop area. So we'll put in our equipment workshop. Right there. We'll grab our crafting bench right there. What else we got? We also got our MAM, which can go right there. And then let's grab ourselves an awesome shop. And the awesome shop can sit. I want to leave our way through, so we'll just put the awesome shop right there. Do I have any hard drives on me? No, I don't have any hard drives, nothing in the research, but you feel like you're crowding in. Let's do a better job of, not you. Let's do a better job of placing you right there. Okay, so what I'm going to need here is going to need some miners, so we're going to need one miner, 2 miner, 3 miner, 4 miner. Did I grab 4? Yeah, I got 4. So that's going to give me 1 quartz, 1 caterium to start the system off with. Let's lose the chainsaw. Make sure we don't have any of our little buddies come back. Nope, they're all good. And then we can put you right there. Yes, yes. Gonna need to start moving some power around here as well. Again, I'm why do I say again? So I am trying not to use the train stations here as power transfer units. I'm trying to keep it all on the power lines here. I know it seems like kind of silly of a thing to set up. The reason is because I feel that I have more control over the lights and stuff like that by using using actual power poles. Okay, so what I want to do is just sample that, flip you around, and that's why I'm running the lights and the power lines through the center of my track system there. Not just for the hypertube, but it's just to make sure I can control the circuits so I don't have any orphan circuits. If at some point I feel like I want to put power switches, because, you know, I'm not going to be bored about setting up priority power switches really, mostly because I shouldn't have to. If I'm doing everything correctly, it should just be, you know, your power is enough. If my power shuts down, I have made a boo-boo. I've let my power run out, which, you know, I'm actually getting pretty close to doing at the moment, I noticed. Let's get you connected to there. Yeah, so you can see my... Oh, I'm like right on the line here. My current production is 11,400. My max consumption is 11,404. Fortunately, a lot of the machines, because we filled out the space elevator, they're not really doing it. No, they're still all working down there because they're still filling their bin. Yes, because the main home factory, most of the bins are full, so a lot of those machines are... No, they are all still... Everything should still be working for the most part. Who's not doing anything? Because back home, in the main warehouse, yeah, the main warehouse may be full, but I am sinking all the excess, but the excess is all dumping into it's dumping into a Mark V build. I think I upgraded them all. So they should be working, yeah. Right in the line, man, right in the line. Okay, let's finish getting some power over to here. And lighting the way. The reason I keep hitting that is because that's number two. Number two is usually where my power lines are. And what are you? No, seriously, what the hell are you? Are you plant? Are you animal? You're freaky as hell is what you are. You six-legged nightmare. I mean, really, nightmare fuel, right? Like, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna pop a hole in the wall here. So I can squeeze, can I squeeze? Okay, I'm popping a hole right here because I want to be able to squeeze through here. And we're gonna put a power outlet right there. So I need a double wall outlet, just need a Mark 1. Now I'm going to actually, I'm going to see if that's correct. If you will just connect down through or if there's an angle change. I'm going to try that again because I totally missed. So we'll grab that. And where does that power line come up? So yeah, you're kind of out of place here. So let's blueprint delete you. And I'm gonna kind of just manually build one of those. So it's my little trick of how to hide power lines and stuff. Is just make sure that the power line is going up the center of the pole. You are not cooperating, are you? Are you cooperating enough that I can get away with it? Will I ever really notice that? If I take you, I can conceal you right there. Let's try that again. Power and power. Yeah, okay, that works. That's nice and clean. Okay. And then we can continue on down here. Right. Let's put a hutch around you. So into our blueprints. Mining hut. Probably one of these days should probably come up with a new mining hut. Where did my mining hut go? Mining hut, mining hut, mining hut, mining. Where is my hut? Mining hut. Use the search, Luke. H. Hey, buddy. I'm just going to fall gently to the ground here. For those of you who are not aware, if you do find yourself suddenly without power on your hover pack, if you hold the jump key down, it will slow your descent somewhat. Be careful because it's not very long lasting, but it kind of has like a residual. Oh, sorry, bud. I didn't mean to scare you. I also don't really want you trapped in there. Okay. I'm gonna have to gather these guys. I don't want to. Yeah, I know I have a few back at home, but you know, I'm not gonna just go around collecting up. Anyway. All right, let's put that there. Let's grab our light stand system. And we're gonna put a light stand right here. And then we can connect to there. Why is there no power? Because I haven't connected you to you. And there we go. Everybody has power. Everyone is happy. And there we go. Okay. Let's get rid of the plant there. We'll run some power lines, one up to the roof. Let's kind of come off this way. Yeah, there we go. It's a little weird how that decides whether it's going to give you the floor wall or it's going to just try and give you a regular tower. Anyway, what are you doing? 240 per minute. That's fine. We'll leave you alone for now. I'm pretty sure you were pure underneath here, right? This is where the pure one was. Yep, that is the pure one. So I'm going to start with the pure. There we go. We're going to need to come up to our main menu. We'll grab a lift. 240. You're never at the moment going to get past. I could go past the 480. I could go all the way up to, well, let's instead of me trying to guess, what's the maximum? 600. So I can dump 600. I can also dump 480. Not gonna worry about that yet. So what belts do I want to use here? If I'm only gonna go up to 600, I think I'll keep it up. Yeah, so there's no reason for me to go. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with the Mark IVs for now. They're gonna be more than sufficient, I think. Ironically, the one I took out is the one I want to pass everything through. Wall holes! Yay, we have wall holes! Official wall holes! Have I mentioned that the 1.1 is probably my favorite update? Yeah, like every freaking time, man. Okay, let's get some stairs, just so we can kind of walk in here. Stairs. There's our stairs. And we'll just nudge you up to there and continue into the floor. Let's make sure you're not poking out the bottom. Let's notice that you're poking out the bottom, so we're gonna have to cover for that, and we'll do that by putting in a structural element across. Grab a pillar. Oh, and we're gonna need to soup you down. There we go. Okay. Can I get back in there? Thank you. And thank you. All right. So yeah, belt's coming in there. Of course, it's right there. I have a funny feeling if I put a door in right there, it's gonna keep me from getting through. So I'm going to instead, what do I want to do here? I honestly just, yeah, gonna use painted beams here. Oh, you know what? I'm making an assumption. I am making an assumption on the height of the door. Can I get away with a taller door? Yes, actually I can. But look, it's cutting in through there, but that's okay. It doesn't look like it is. That is perfectly fine. Yes, we can live with this. I do need a way to get back up there. I'm not going to use the big ass concretes. Instead, I'm going to build a staircase out of these guys. So we'll start you. Actually, I kind of like the idea of you being over top of. So let's grab a catwalk corner. Let's take to the air like a flying machine. Those beautiful young men. Nope, I can't remember the song. Brave young men in their flying machines. Uppity up, go down, diddy out. Been too long since I've listened to that song. Yeah, there we go. So we got a nice little catwalk here that'll take us up. So we can just go whoop doo 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 doo. Let's get some OSHA compliance in here. Make sure everything stays safe. That's problematic. Buddy. I mean, the 90s weren't bad either for movies, you know. Brendan Fraser was king. Was he king in the 90s or oops? Would he have been in the early 2000s? Can I dismantle this anytime soon? There we go. Yeah, so I feel that the 90s were more established. There were still good movies. I mean, you know, Kevin Costner, right? Dances of Wolves, and we had Untouchables. So we had a bunch of really good movies, but they didn't have that same kind of newness. It was like things were kind of all the big breakouts of the 80s. Everyone just kind of settled into their roles during the 90s. And so, yeah, we got some, decent movies and stuff like that, but things that didn't really just kind of push the edge, The 70s were not a great time for Hollywood, I would say. It was just, there was too much gritty, too much politically. The world was just as unsettled as it's always been. Vietnam War and the burgeoning civil rights and all of that kind of stuff. So there was a lot of kind of social discord going on and social kind of upset and whatnot going on. Who's going to be the Caterium? You're the first one, or Quartz, I should say. So we'll make you the Quartz. So the 70s, yeah, movies were, your Dirty Harrys and, gritty cop movies and, Godfather in the early 70s. There wasn't a lot of just kind of movies for enjoyment. It was movies for, why do I keep hitting that button? Movies that were more about, making a point and showing how crappy the world was. And, but, then we got into the fantasies kind of, speaking of fantasy, Willow. We had Willow. Val Kilmer. Speaking of Val Kilmer, Top Gun. When was Top Gun? Top Gun was late 80s. So yeah, there was just so many good movies at that time period. Basically, all the movies that Hollywood are doing, reboots and stuff off were because of the 80s. Does that work? Yeah, that works. So that's going to bring and load up that station now. Let's, you should be on load. Look at that. There we go. Okay, so that's got our Quartz going in there. But the 80s rolled around and movie makers, whether, I give a lot of credit to Lucas, because Star Wars broke, I think, a national spell. Now, George didn't do anything super new. New filming techniques, yeah, we had modern special effects were born in that period of time, with motion control cameras were the first introduced, with John Dykstra and Phil Tippett and all those guys, the birth of ILM. So all of that was an incredibly important time period for the technologies and stuff like that. But the big thing is George, and that is all, George Lucas drive. He drove that need. He made these guys go beyond what they were comfortable doing and kind of rethink, because he had a story to tell. But it's not a new story. He literally is almost the quintessential, and it is used as the modern example of the hero's journey. And there's very specific steps that the hero goes through, the awakening and the mentor and blah blah blah. Here, just for the sake of the dissertation, hero's journey. I mean, and it's the oldest kind of structure of the movie that goes all the way back to Gilgamesh, essentially. So here's the breakdown of the key stages. The ordinary world, the hero's life before the adventure begins. Luke, Luke, oh, I wanted to go to Toshi Station to get power, get some power converters, blah, 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 right? He's just this whiny little teenage boy hanging out on a farm. Then he receives the call to adventure. Help me, Obi-Wan, you're my only hope. Who's she? She's pretty. You sick bastard, that's your sister. The refusal. Well, I can't go. It's, the farm still needs me. Owen still needs me. They got to bring the harvest in. Meeting the mentor. A little bit of a reversal there. He met the mentor first, hey, Ben. And then there was the refusal. But I can't go because, I got all these responsibilities that I can do nothing but complain and bitch about. Crossing the threshold. Hero enters the unknown. Oh no, they're dead. I'm okay. It's off to they did never a bigger hive of scum and villainy. Mos Eisley. Text allies, enemies. Hey kid, you can always get out and walk. Is she fast? Have you never heard of the Millennium Falcon? Roar! I never could do a Chewbacca. I don't know why I can never do a Chewbacca. Test allies and enemies. A hero faces trials, encounters allies, and confronts enemies. Shut down all the charge compactors! Shut down all the charge compactors! I feel a presence I haven't felt, and so forth and so on. Approach to the innermost cave. Faces the major challenger goals. The ordeal. Use the Force, Luke. The reward, the road back, the resurrection, and the return with the elixir. So that is, again, one of the oldest story structures that have been around, but not many people were using it back in the day, especially in the 70s. You might have seen a lot more of those in the 50s and the 60s. I would say more coming out of Kawasaki, whatever. I'm sorry, I can never remember his name, and I'm really bad with names. Which was a heavy influence on Lucas, the Seven Samurai and the Magic Castle, and there are a lot of elements that were mixed in there. So I'm pretty sure that, that was also using very much the hero's journey kind of structure. Lone Wolf and Cub kind of stuff. But it had kind of fallen out of favor in Western movies, so to speak, until George decided, you know what, let's bring it back. And that's kind of what drove the narrative of Star Wars. It allowed adventure to become part of the movies. It allowed movies to tell important stories. And yeah, there were still a lot of important stories coming out of there. Irrecyclable differences. Kramer versus Kramer. I mean, some amazing dramas and amazing kind of stuff coming out of there. But it allowed Hollywood to kind of get out of the stupor that it was in and the malaise of the 70s. So, yeah, the 80s was one of the most important parts of kind of that period. I'm still thinking, no, I need to bring the copper down there. Okay, let's get into the Caterium now. I couldn't remember what the hell I was bringing up. Okay, so how do I want to do this? I think I'm just going to do some zoopies of walls. So let's get into some windows here. Let's see what's going to be a nice window. It's going to be in the steel windows. Now we got that one. We got that one. No. I think I'm just going to use the honeycomb. Well, how does that look against the elevator shaft? Okay, so let's try one of the other ones. Definitely not that one. How about that one? How about you? It's either that honeycomb or... Do they mix and match? No, they're completely different. Yeah, I think I'll just use these honeycomb ones here going up. We'll use concrete walls here. So we'll just push a concrete wall up. Where's the top of the wall? The top of the chimney to the top of the wall. Dash away, dash away, dash away all. It's a little scary how my brain works, isn't it? Why does he just keep throwing random references and stuff in there? Because. That's all I got for you, man. Just because. Okay, moving on up to the top. To a deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on up. Where are we? There we are. Okay. Awesome. Okay. What else are we gonna do here? We need to. I'm gonna leave that wall open for now. Hey, look, you guys are on a 45-degree angle, which is, you know, cool. That's fine. I got no beef because it's too freaking expensive. But I'm gonna bring you. No, Caterium, not go here. Stop trying to bring Caterium over here. Caterium have to go all the way over to here, which is good. That's cool. So, ooh, you're kind of hanging out a little bit. My left eye's gotten really super itchy here, so I'm going to squish it back into the back of my skull. Yeah, that's cool. Can I get rid of that ramp? Oh, I can't select it by itself. I'll have to do that first. There we go. Oh, me eyeball. Okay, this is... Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get to the copper. I hoped I was going to get to the copper. I thought this was going to go straight and easy. I should know better by now. It's never just straightforward. Yeah. So we're going to come across like this. Drop that into place. Oh, sweet jeez Louise, my poor eyeball. And what I think I'm going to do here is land myself, put myself somewhere safe. So I'm going to pop right over here, kind of hide in my workshop a little bit. And I need to go take a bit of a bio break. So I'm going to take a quick break here and I will be right back and we'll get our Caterium line run. So be right back. And I'm back, and even better, my wife made tasties. I got tasties while I was out. Yay. Okay, let's, where the hell, what were we doing? We were getting ready to start moving some Cateriums. The Cateriums, we gotta move to Cateriums. There is someone who wants to hurt me. We'll look at for him in a minute. Let's just do some of this, because again I had a little piece sticking out. That does it every place I have one of those stupid pulls. I'm gonna have to have a look at the blueprint there to fix it up. There's a purple slug over there, but I'll get to him. Who was, by the way, threatening me? Oh, hello. Hi, little fella. Would you want one of those? Okay. Oh, you having a nap? Okay, well, it's nighttime. You go sleepy now. Okay, so Caterium is going to have to run all the way back to here. I kind of don't like it when things just hang out like that, so I'm going to do a distraction. I can't help it. We're going to grab a beam, and we are going to try to get it right where that's, there we go. And I want freeform so I can go all the way across to, well, I guess this guy right here, like that. I can move you and replace you with a proper foundation, but we are going to grab one of you, and we're going to line you up there. Drop another one in there. I'm gonna go into the material change, and let's change these guys into asphalt. Just because of the Z fighting. Yeah, that's right, I said Z. I said Z, that's because that's the way it's pronounced. Learn the bloody King's English. There we go, and into there. I mean, Z. It just did, yeah. No, it's Z. This is the hill I shall die upon. Okay, just I want to fill that in a little bit. And yeah, and you know what? Because there's Z fighting going on there. Can I actually maybe take it back to default mode? No, yes, no, okay. Say bye-bye. I'll put something else there. Oh, where am I going? I'm looking for these. That wasn't actually, but you know what? While I'm there. Can I? Nope, I can't. We're gonna have to do it this way, and let's just get you. Just so there's something, just a little something right there. Okay, that's enough. So this is, again, this is the Titan First Caterium Depot. Why did I? No, you're only getting one station. That's fine. All right, time to take a bite. So, homemade cheese scones and a apple coffee cake. Yum. Oh, soft and warm and cheesy. Yum yum. And I'm not sharing. All right, fence stuff. Let's put a high barrier on here. Make sure we're in zoop mode. And we can extend these guys all the way down to there. Again, OSHA compliance. And And you know what? I think I'm going to do it over here as well. OSHA compliance. Okay. I'm also thinking, I haven't used any of these guys yet. I don't even know if I've unlocked and oh, yeah, I have. Okay. It's a good old flood tower or floodlight tower. Let's put one of these here. Like right there. What angle do I want? No, I want you shining right on that station, just like that. As then I can go back and grab myself a... Why is my power pole no longer where it's supposed to be? Power pole 1. There we go. We'll use the 1 and we'll grab off the power line right there. So we can go right there and from there to there. There we go. So warm, so soft. So good. So cheesy. So stone-like, and it's a little bit dry, sorry. Nummy num nums. All right. Still need to get Kateria moving, so let's get focused on that. I know it's a little late for me to check this, but just make sure he squeezes by. Yes, he does. Okay. Yeah, I probably should have looked at that a long time ago, but you know what? It is fine. Everything is fine. All right, snap you into place. Okay. Under we go. So we're gonna run all the way. You know what? Help me kind of cover the... Oh, no, wait, no, that's fine. I don't need you anymore. Let's just put you to there. You're not in the way, and I can keep moving. How am I going to move you through here? Well, we are going to use the wall trick. So I'm going to put a wall here. A wall here. One there. One there. We can take you out of the equation. In fact, I can probably take you out of there. Gonna leave the ramps. Because we have wall holes, conveyor wall holes. Oh, yay for wall holes. That is not the right place for the wall hole. Wall hole, wall hole. We got the wall hole. There we go. Okay, let's grab a foundation-y. You're not a foundation. You're a ramp. Foundation, please. 1 meter foundation? 1 meter foundation. Can I get 1 meter foundation here? No, I'm gonna get myself trapped if I try to do 1 meter foundation. Can I get 1 meter? There we go. 1 meter No! Nice, you stay. I'm gonna nudge you up a little bit. Like so. Yeah. Yeah. Get you out of there for a moment so we can grab our belt and we can scoot you along like that, and then no one will ever see what is happening here. I love the fact that we can nudge downward now. Look at that. Yay. All right, wall hole needs to come in right here. Like that. And then once again, we go over to there. We are using the straight functionality. Oh, actually, I need to drop you down a little bit. Okay, that's fine. What is your actual height? So that is the bottom of my wall hole. To there. Don't be afraid to throw stuff up for guides if you need to, folks. That is one of the bits of advice I would give you. Why do you look exactly the same? Because you do need to be down by one more. You're partially embedded into that floor, aren't you, you little devil? All right, and yes, that should be nice and angled. Now we can get rid of that. And if I stretch across here, you stay nice, clean, horizontal. Why are you doing? Okay, so that's okay. Let's try it this direction. We have curve. There's curve. There's default. There's straight. I think curve works better there. Hasty time. So freaking good. They're not gonna last long in this house. All right. Yeah. All right, I'm going to shoot that along like that. I'm just going to make this a conduit. All the way to the brick wall. All the way to the brick wall. Let's make sure we don't run into a power and start falling. Gotta be a little bit careful where you're poking your head out. You aren't at the right elevation. Let's try that again. So we're gonna go to here. We're gonna drop you down by one because we can. I love. Oh, you are so nice. Yes, we are going to have to cut around the corner there. Grab that foundation that is way the hell down here. And get it out of sight and get it out of mind, and that way I can just move the belt down to here like that. Grab you onto there and come over to here. Low ceiling. All right, you're partially embedded into the floor, but you can come up now. It's not like anyone's gonna see you in here. That's one of the nice things about hiding you in conduits. And I want to make sure I'm also in straight mode. Ooh. Nope, that's fine. Okay, everything's cool. Everything's cool here, man. We're gonna go down to here. Yeah, right there. And now. I guess we'll just use a different mode. We'll use the default mode. And then we can put that ceiling back in. There we go. Get the wall into place, drop down by one, and lock it into place. That is a miss key. I need to get around to the other side. There we go. Okay, so that belt is all hooked up. We can now get our walls back into place here. So again, I'll drop it down by one and then zoop to there. Okay, so that's going to go up there. That'll feed into there. Now we can work our way down to the bottom floor. That's going to be one long-ass zip line or lift line, but that's okay. because if you've got a snap location and a snap location, the lifts will go to any height. So just by itself, the lift only goes as far as that. But if I go all the way up to the top here and get it pointing in the right direction, I should. Oh, no, I have to do it into a floor, don't I? Yes, I have to do it into a floor. So we'll do it into a floor. And yes, I'm eating more of my tasties, because tasties. What are you intercepting? Like that. Okay, so how far do you stick out? Why do you not look like you're lining up right? Very odd. Huh, weird. Anyway. As long as I can line it up. Oh. Why? Some of these walls ain't sitting quite right. Yep, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Oh, the elevator music. Now, these guys don't like to nudge for some reason, but we can go like that. Okay, let's get you flowing back into there. All right. Well, every problem there's a solution. You are too far away. Build it, take it down, build it, take it down, build it, take it down. There, okay, so that's snapped into place. I can actually get rid of this now. We just have a little collar there. That is fine. So now I can go all the way down to here, click you into place there, and now we can look up there and get you to snap the entire length. Beautiful. And if we zoom all the way up, yeah, we just have a nice little collar sitting right there. That is perfectly fine. I mean, I could have done it further down, but that just somehow seems cleaner. What I saw, what am I seeing a reflection of? You seeing that? What the hell is that? Don't know. Got some Z fighting going on here. No, that's okay, because I'm never going to see it. What are you overlapping? Oh, you're overlapping the elevator shaft. And you're going to come out a little bit anyway, so there we go. Okay. How's that? And then if we get our OSHA compliance, and we'll use the modern railing here. Gonna need to be cheaty. can do. Let's make sure I'm still in free form. Let's draw you out to there, because now I can have you line up with that. And because we can do this, move you up just a little bit. All the way to the end, and now I can get rid of that beam, and there we go. We have a lovely angled fence, and then we can finish off our OSHA compliance to there. Perfect. All right, so we have Caterium, or at least the belts that can go up there, so I can fill this in now. Make sure you're lined up properly. Yeah, see there, you're not. So we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up instead. That's because I'm using the roundabout as a reference for setting up the walls, and of course it has to take on its own. It's not going to be snapped to grid or anything like that, just the nature of the beast. What happened there? Can I have you back? We're gonna go to there, and then we're just gonna use basic 1 meter walls like that. All right, there we go. Let's replace this belt with a curved belt. What does straight look like? Still weird. So we're gonna use the nice curve. Alrighty, yes. Down to the bottom of the floor. Any McNasties down here. Let's put just a regular wall right there. Actually, let's put a doorway in here. Not that I really am gonna have much reason to go into a giant elevator shaft, but I'm gonna have it there anyway. Nope, now it's time for the apple cake. Let's take a nice bite of this. Fresh out of the oven. Okay, gonna need some power down here. We'll use the 2 light stand. Put you right there. I think you should stretch. Got I hooked up to the pole or the light stand? May have taken too big of a bite. There we go. And I hate to do this to you, but I need to take another quick break. Sorry, I got distracted by cake, and I think I forgot to go pee. So I'll be right back. Sorry about that. All right. I don't know if I really care about worrying about huts in here. What I do want to know is which one he uses the pure. You're normal. You're normal. You're the pure. Okay, so I'm going to tap you in the back here first. Which is... I don't know. Where are you? Are you? Is it you? Are you the pure? You're the pure. Are you the one? The chosen one? Are you the hero? Do you have the call to action? What the hell are these things? I don't know. Can I chop them down? No. Can I blow them up? I'm gonna run over here so I don't blow myself up. No, they cannot be blown up. Yay, I love permanent decorative things. They are so awesome because they make everything so easy to work around. Okay, that was the pure here, right? Yeah. Okay, so that's that one there. Where the hell is the other one? I know it's under here somewhere. Oh, there, you're there, and you're there. Okay, so they're both down lower. Down low. Swing low. Sweet chariot. Coming for to carry me home. Swing low. Sweet Kateria. Need to get you go up the lift right now. That made no sense whatsoever, but you know what? When you're avoiding copyright strike on YouTube, you do what you gotta do. So I want to come up by 2 towers. Okay. Yeah, speaking of which, Frodo, that would be the hero's journey. Bilbo would be the hero's journey. So Tolkien knew all about it, and he used it for his characterizations. Can you grab on and move? Yes. Are we long enough? No, we are not. And there we go. And across like that. Excellent. Like one of the things that is actually hard to comprehend, though, is let's take the Star Trek movie, because you know I like Star Trek. Nice chunk of warm apple in that one. Is that yeah? We had a lot of good movies, but the last one was in the 90s, and how long ago was that now? I hate getting old. In case no one has figured it out yet, I'm old. I'm ancient man. Let's go like this. Up to there. We'll line one of you little belligers up. Right, like so. Because I need to drop you down like so. I'm going to use the curve method. But I am going to go back straight to hook you into you. There we go. Okay, so gonna need to stretch some power through here. So there's a node. There's the other node. Yeah, I know I don't have the. Oh, can just see it right there. Okay, that's excellent. That's the node there. So getting power to go through, I can stay on that line right there with one of these. So we'll put another one of these all the way over here and connect you up. Then we'll grab... Do I want to use another one of those? Or do I want to use just a single light? I think I'll use just a single light. Right there. Hook you up into the power pole. Grab another one of you. Put you right there. Hook you from power pole to power pole and power pole to miner. And that's going to be 240 up to 480, and I've got lots more available. You're not going to reach, but again, what I can do... Okay, so... Where are you? You're right there. I think I'm going to drop in a temporary workshop. Because what I need to do is I need to make a couple of these, because I'm going to put the miner on it, on the node there, just so I have a reference point. Really is what it boils down to. There we go. I might as well leave you down there. Grab a Mark II miner. And... Pardon me, I had a sneezy. And put you... You don't really line up great, but we'll put you right there. Okay, so if the belt is going down... Sorry, I had to sneeze again. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring the belt all the way through here, because I have to keep it straight. That's going to give enough room here so that if I can put in a merger, which can actually gather from both of those, which is just fine. I want to put that going over to here, like that, and then we can go all the way to here. I'm not in the right place. On the right headspace, man. You need to be actually over here. Like that. There we go. Now we can feed you into there, and you should be a nice, clean, straight line through there. Yes! Yeah! Okay, so that gets my Caterium flowing. That has the Caterium. Let's grab the elevator here. Come down, Mr. Elevator. I'm gonna have to see if there's an elevator speed I can adjust.
Fix it, elevator. Here to lift you up and to let you down.
She's funny. Yeah, remember how I said I don't like floating platforms? I will take care of that. Okay, so that's come up to there. Let's have a look underneath. I can't see anything underneath, which, you know, I guess is the point, but I can see that Caterium is happily loading into there. All right, so that has got our Caterium. That has got our quartz. Can I unlock you? Is there anyone here? What's with all the freaking sneezing, man? What do you need? Heat sinks. Oh, I don't have heat sinks yet, so I'm gonna have to worry about building out heat sinks. So we'll just leave that there for now. Hey, big hog. Hey, daddy hog. Yeah, that is definitely... Yeah, see, these used to be quartz. That most certainly used to be a quartz, and I'm pretty sure that used to be... that you like was a quartz there as well. If we go... Because I've used to build a lot of stuff along the cliffside there for getting around. And again, if memory is serving me correct... I got a little far away here. There used to be some quartz hiding up in behind these trees somewhere. Like 2 nodes up in there. So this used to be a 4 quartz. I mean, I suppose I could check like Satisfactory Calculator. They still have the old maps on there to do a comparison. But honestly, you know what? It doesn't really bother me too much. There's 4 iron nodes up here. Or is that only 3? What is that? That is just a weird patch of ground. So you're a normal. Hi, guys. Ow! How rude. You're a normal. And you're a normal. And that means I got power again. Okay, so just again, yeah, so we have the 3 nodes there. All normals. I mean, it's not like I'm really need to worry about these 3. There's iron literally everywhere. However, on here, I might as well gather them. Okay. Let's move. Ooh, why are you giving me an erroneous signaling? And what was that tone? I don't trust that. Why are you giving me an erroneous signal? It's because I need a block signal here? No. What is your problems? Pardon me, that was disgusting. I have a block signal there. Oh, you were just in the wrong spot. You weren't actually connected to a track because I had removed the curve and it had redrawn the curve just slightly, hadn't you? Oh, I know why. Because I moved this connection a little bit further this way because I had to add that connection. That's why you were giving me the heebie-jeebies. All right. Okay, so let's see. We've got our quartz, a quartz bit of supply. We've got our caterium, a bit of supply. I should have done it a little bit differently, but I can still adjust for that. Yeah, see, that train station is I could do it on a single train if I moved one of these guys to the back car. But no, I'm going to be gathering the copper. Okay, so let's throw on our backpack. And let's go find exactly where our copper is. Hey, buds. And I think it's right up here. So right through here. Oh, I got stuck on a piece of wood. Yep, there's the little lake. I have every expectation of having a nuclear hog in here. Where is he? This is danger zone. This is the dangerous area. Just so I don't have to worry about that. So there's 2 of the 3, and I think that's the 3rd is not right there, but hey, there you. I've got something for you. There you go, Mr. New Cog. Oh, hello, you. Oh, there's number 3. Whoa! Careful now. Let's just drop down to the ground, get some speed up. Nope, that is not going to get me any speed up. Whee! I'm going to go for the high ground. I can hear you, the Mr. Slug. Duck around to the corner here. Let's figure out where my targets are. I heard that. I have every expectation of dying in the next few minutes. So what I want to do is I'm going to grab architecture, flat roof. I need to see what's going on underneath me. So can I put a flat roof right here? Yes, I can, and it will actually snap to the grid. Yay. You know that whole those in glass houses shouldn't throw stones? I'll go throw stones. Hi, you. Present for you. Got another one for you. Okay, that take care of him. Where's Mr. Nuclear Hog? There he is. He's way over there. Let's see if I can't take the fight to him. Yeah, this is kind of a cowardly way of doing it, but I want to live. All right, let's get this tree out of here. Woo! That got his attention. Hey, buddy. Ow. That wasn't very nice, buddy. Okay, he can shoot through. He can shoot through. Okay, good to know. He can shoot through. We may have to do a little bit of double protection. Ow! I mean, I'm not really taking any damage. But he's throwing my aim off, man. Okay, let's do this. Can I still see him? Yes, I can. All right. Just stay right there. As long as I don't land one on him. He doesn't see... Actually, he seems to hate them. Or like them. Oh, that one right in the face. Where'd he go? Come here. Okay, he's right there again. Do I need to go to rapid fire? Not the chainsaw. He's over on this side, so we'll go. No, don't. Yeah, you don't. You no. You no. You don't get to just run and hide there, little man. No. Ow. That was stupid. Ow. Why are you joining the fight? Like, who the hell? Ooh. Invited you. Honestly, it's these guys is why I made sure I had my nuke suit. Oh my goodness. Come on, die. How many frickin' hits does it take? Worst thing is don't know why I'm wasting the ammo right now. Because I'm gonna have to do this all again because these little buggers are gonna respawn in. Hey, finally got that one. Where's the other guy? You need to come here. Oh, he's about to throw. Where'd you go? There you are. Okay. Oh. Where'd your bits go? Okay, so. Okay, he's almost cute. Hey, little fellas. Oh, crap. Jeez. You see that? Where'd he go? He's trying to throw stuff at... Oh, there he is. Oh, no, you don't. Did I get him? Yes, I got him. Okay. Cranky old bastard. Again, you know, the best part is I get to do this all over again. Okay, so we are going from here. Now I'm paranoid. Where am I going with this? I don't know where it's all going. I'm lost. I need to put a marker up. I guess I could look at the map. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm looking off this direction. So, direction. Because now apparently I'm Emma Fudd. Oh, is that what you guys were being all picky about? Was this thing? If I get rid of you, will you... Ow! What the hell? Did something hit me in the ass? Oh, no, it's because I was standing on the stupid thing. Okay. So, one of the copper nodes is right here. The other two copper nodes are right there. And then I want to go which direction? I want to go this way. I can't even see where the tracks are from here, man. Yeah, Quartz and Caterian Depot. Yeah, so I'm going to go all the way over to here. So that is going to be one of the things I had planned for today, but instead, I think we're going to start off next week running our copper line. Because looking at the old clock on the wall, we're kind of getting into, you know, the time that I like to keep these here. I don't like doing, you know, 4 hour, 4.5 hour. I'm going to keep it, I like to keep it down around the 3 hour mark, and we're just rapidly approaching 3 hours, so we're just shy of that. But I did get what I did kind of wanted to first get in there. I've got the station set up, so we're feeding our quartz in there. We just need to bring our copper from all the way over there. You know, yeah, I can run a conveyor, but I kind of want to do something a little bit different. Oh, I know what I might do. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to save that for next week. That's some leftover stuff there from some previous explorations. No, I have an idea of how I'm going to bring this copper over here. And it's going to work just fine. Yeah, nope. It's going to be overkill, as you wouldn't believe, but that's where I'm going to leave it. I may or may not. I don't know yet. We'll see what happens. But that is going to be something we can work on next week. For now, I think this is going to be just fine. Hello, you. They're freaking everywhere, man. Yeah, this is why I don't use the gun on these guys. They take forever. Oh, I say that, and then he just rolls over and dies. Maybe I've been using the wrong technique. 2 clips seems to put these guys into the hole. Okay, well, good to know. Yeah, we got our radar tower here. We got some light stands. We got our new station set up. We've got our elevator. We got all the good stuff. We are good to go. But like I say, yeah, that is going to be it for this week here. Let's get into photo mode so we don't have to look at the nasty HUD. So yeah. So as we kind of wrap up here, again, I want to say welcome to any new subscribers out there. Hey guys, welcome back, or welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. That is just absolutely awesome. Everyone who's already subscribed, thank you again for your continued subscription. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the old like there, and if you recommend the channel, if you find something you like in here, you go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me if you have any hints, tricks, complaints. If you just say, Roland, would you shut up with the movie stuff? Especially, would you shut up with the singing? Go ahead and leave a comment on that. Tell me anything you like, anything you don't like. Again, I don't do this necessarily just for me. I get a certain something out of it, emotionally, satisfaction, satisfactory. But really, I'm doing it for you, and I want to do it for you and for your edification and entertainment. So don't forget, go ahead and leave a comment on that. Give me the old thumbs up. But until next week, guys, thank you very much for playing with me today or hanging out with me today. For you watching in the future, peace from the past. I did the Vulcan salute, like you can see me doing the Vulcan salute. What the hell am I thinking there? I'm losing my mind. Now you know why I can only do 3 hours, because I go crazy after that. But until next week, guys, be safe, be good, have a great day, and bye-bye.